Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for watching TCM. We are halfway through a double feature of movies celebrating milestone anniversaries. We just had John Ford's landmark Western, The Searchers, released 70 years ago this month. Up next, an even more precise anniversary, a film that premiered in the United States 80 years ago yesterday. From MGM on May 2nd, 1946, The Postman Always Rings Twice. The film is based on the debut novel of pulp fiction writer James M. Cain. Seems wrong to me to pigeonhole Cain as a pulp fiction writer. I mean, he was a reporter, a screenwriter, and one of the best hard-boiled crime novelists of the 20th century. Cain got Postman published in 1934. Prior to publication, though, RKO showed serious interest in making a film adaptation. The studio even submitted a plot synopsis to the Motion Picture Production Code Office for approval to get a jump on things. That submission was immediately rejected. The censors found the story, and I'm quoting, unwholesome and thoroughly objectionable due to the amount of sex crime, and, this is the best part, the negative portrayal of lawyers and insurance agents. So the censors were worried about protecting the reputations of lawyers and insurance agents. The pushback was enough to convince RKO to walk away from the project, opening the door for MGM to eventually purchase the film rights and take a shot at appeasing the censors. That said, it took MGM a decade to come up with a script tame enough for the code office. No doubt that effort was buttressed by a pair of films based on other James Cain novels that made it to the big screen. Double Indemnity from 1944, Mildred Pierce from 1945, both spicy stories about morally questionable people that pulled big audiences, critical praise, and Academy Award attention. Clearly, movie audiences were ready for stories like this. The Postman Always Rings Twice has much in common with Double Indemnity. Both are stories about unhappily married women luring susceptible men into murder plots. In Postman, Lana Turner plays the unhappy bride married to an older man played by Cecil Kellaway. He's not a bad guy. He owns a roadside diner, just wants to live a simple life with his spectacularly hot, way out of his league wife. That's when John Garfield enters the picture as a handsome young drifter more than willing to help Turner spice up her life. From MGM, 1946, directed by Tay Garnett, also with Hume Cronin, Leon Ames, and Audrey Totter, The Postman Always Rings Twice. As I mentioned before the movie, it took better than a decade to bring the novel The Postman Always Rings Twice to the big screen. Even before its 1934 publication, Hollywood Production Code officials warned the studios that it would not approve a film version. But MGM stuck with it, and 10 years after securing the rights, got script approval from a slightly more lenient code office. Still, challenges loomed. Director Tay Garnett came up with one of the more ingenious choices to mollify the censors. He decided to dress Lana Turner primarily in white. Garnett said, "We figured that dressing Lana in white somehow made everything she did seem less sensuous." I don't know that I agree with him on that. I don't watch the film and think, man, that woman might be pretty sexy, but she's dressed in white, so I'm moving on. Coming up, Jacqueline Stewart takes over with Silent Sunday Night, a triple feature of 1927 shorts from comedian Charlie Chase, starting with Are Brunettes Safe? Interesting question. That's next on Turner Classic Movies.
Next on TCM, A Silent Sunday with Charlie Chase, then Anna and the Wolves, and later, Cria Cuervos. Pack a bag for TCM Imports tonight.